Hello guys, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 158. And today I read you my little golden book about Kamala Harris by Regina Rocha, illustrated by Ashley Evans. So let's read it now, shall we? So we got, this is a Golden Book New York release, and it's copyrighted 2021 by these two people, are reserved. Now, I'm not sure what happened next in this book, but that's just me, of course. She was the 49th Vice President of the United States at the time. But anyway, continue on. Next page. Anyway, I have to agree. Kamala Diva Harris is the first black person, first South Asian American, and first woman to be Vice President of the United States. Exactly. Kamala was born in Oakland, California on October 20th, 1964. Her parents were immigrants. Kamala's mother was a scientist from India. And her father was an economist from Jamaica. Bob Marley's country, you know. Even though it was great and all, but she was a great Vice President of the United States, in my opinion, and that sort of things. Excuse me. Next page. Anyway, Kamala's parents separated when she was young, and Kamala and her sister Maya were raised mostly by her mother, who taught them to be submissive and compassionate, native, how to pronounce it, about the struggles of all people, okay? While growing up, Kamala attended both a Black Believers Church and a Hindu church temple. Excuse me, so anyway. In kindergarten, Kamala was one of the many black students who were bused from the poor neighborhood to a school in the wealthier part of town, okay? When Kamala and Maya went to visit their father on weekends, there were kids in that neighborhood who were not allowed to play with them because they were black. Wow. I just felt worried, you know? At the time, yes, there were there were civil rights, you know, and just fake, you know. It's kind of sad to me, you know, just feel racist, you know, that's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway. Kamala's mom got a job in Canada, okay? So the family went there when Kamala was 12, okay? It was hard to leave sunny California to go to a place where the winters were cold and snowy, okay? Her family lived in an apartment complex that didn't allow kids to play on the lawn. Kamala and Maya held a protest, and the world was changed. Wow. Kamala made close friends at school in Canada, and even formed a dance group so she missed her home, the United States. Exactly. I was born and raised in the United States. Though Kamala, you know, she was an American, you know. And I was there to be born and raised there, you know. That's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway, Kamala returned to the United States for college. She went to Howard University, a historical black university in Washington, D.C., okay? She joined the debate team and the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, which she organized service projects, okay? She continued to participate in protest agent injustice. After graduating from Howard, Kamala went to law school, okay? Which makes sense to me, even though she finished college, you know, even though she made a promise for herself become a vice president of the United States, and she did. Okay? Next page. Anyway, for her first job out of the law school, Kamala became a professor, okay? Represented the people of California in court against those who broke the law. Wow. She focused on helping women and children who are victims of crime. Exactly. Anyway, in 2003, Kamala became the district attorney, okay? Or top professor, okay? Of San Francisco. That makes sense to me. She was the first black woman and first South Asian woman in California to become elected to this position. That was a great choice for me, because Robin and Jim, to me, who was inspiration to me, were news reporters back then. Well, Robin retired back then, and since nowadays, Jim reporting the news on this woman. You know, that's just me, of course. That's just nowadays becoming missing my inspirations these days. Anyway, next page. Anyway, 8 years later, Kamala was elected a Army General at California, okay? The highest law office in the state, okay? During her time in the law, Kamala worked to protect California's homeowners, okay? The environment, women's rights, and LGBTQ plus rights. She also helped make the police more accountable for their actions. I have to agree with Kamala, you know? Kamala makes sense to me, because she makes vice presidents more easier, you know? That's just me, of course. And what should he do in the next page? In California Sense? We have to find out for yourself. Anyway, in 2014, Kamala married lawyer Doug Emhoff, okay? Become stepmom to his 2 children, Cole and Ella, okay? Who lovely call her Momo. Okay, I haven't announced the name. Sorry. Kamala loves to cook with her family and friends. She grew up eating dal, yogurt, and spiced vegetables, okay? From that her mom prepared, okay? And she had started cooking as a kid, okay? Making scrambled eggs topped with cheese in the shape of a smiley face, which is a good thing. And now her favorite foods include tuna melt, different kinds of beans, which are my least favorite things. But anyway, and roasted chicken with lemon and herbs. Okay? If I would go to her house and see roasted chicken in there, I would not have lemon speak very much, please. But I'm gonna lose weight, though. But that's just me. Next page. Anyway, Kamala exercise every day and have a collection of her favorite sneakers. Wow, Converse Chuck Taylors. Okay, the May colors. Okay. In 2016, one of my worst years ever, Kamala was elected the United States Senator for California. Okay, becoming the second black woman, first for California and first for South Asian American to be elected in the U.S. Senate, okay? During her Senate career, Kamala defended the rights of immigrants and questioned witnesses, okay? She also spoke on the floor of the Senate about the fact that no one is above the law, including the president, and during the first impeachment trial with a former president of the United States himself, Donald Trump. Now, I see him according to the laws of what's going on next. And I saw this during the impeachment trial for 2020, during the death of my inspiration, Jim Lehrer. And it was shocking me to death to see Jim gone. But the impeachment trials was scares the crap out of me. But that's just me, of course. But that's just how life goes. Next page. Anyway. And you saw last episode, you know, in January 2019, Kamala announced that she was running for president of the United States. And, okay, she talked about issues that were important to her, including civil rights, anti-racism, women's rights, getting health care for everyone in the United States. Exactly. Lots of people support Kamala for president. I don't know about this, but over time it became clear that she would not win the nomination. She ended her campaign and encouraged people to vote for fellow Democrat Joe Biden. And I have to agree with Joe in this one, as you saw last episode, I think Joe Biden was great as president. That's just me, of course. President, excuse me. Back then he was vice president, and he was now president. Next page. Anyway, soon after, Kamala accepted Joe Biden's offer to be his vice presidential candidate, okay? Once again, Kamala was the first African American and the South Asian American to be named the vice presidential candidate for one of the two major political parties. She was also the first woman. Okay? Makes sense anyway. Kamala says she will believe strongly in the values of her mother taught her, okay? A vision of our nation and the beloved community, how do you pronounce it? Sorry. Are welcome. No matter what we look like, okay? We look like. And no matter what we come from and who we will love, okay? This is how it makes sense in any way for Kamala Harris in any way as Vice President of the United States. Okay. Move on to the next page. And now we got last pages after that. That November. Okay, so you talk about the last episode. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were declared the winners of the election. She were the white that night, okay? The announcement in honor of those who have fought to get women the right to vote, okay? Something had happened only 100 years earlier. During her victory speech, Kamala talked about her mother, the generations of women, black woman, Asian, white, Latina, Native American women, who throughout our nation's history have paved the way for this moment tonight. Okay? Women who fought and scarified so much for equally, liberty, and justice for all. Yeah, I have to agree with Kamala on this one, It's part of our United States America rules, Come July 4th of this year marks the 146th anniversary of our country. 246, excuse me, of our country, the United States of America, And it started in 1776, okay? And, it would be 250 in 2026, so be on lookout for that. Last page in the book, okay? On January 20th, 2021, an extraordinary day, Kamala took the oath of office as Vice President, of the United States. She continued to fight for the rights of all Americans like me. As she said, while I may be the first woman in the office, I won't be the last. I have to agree with Kamala at this point. You gotta do something, This is all rights for American people. So that was my little golden book about Kamala Harris. What I think about this book, it was amazing. So far, this book waited to be a successful book to read. And that was the Bedtime Stories episode number 158. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be a little golden book about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Now, excuse me, I gotta get some sleep and watch a little bit of Disney Plus some more, and gotta make more products for the audience some more. So there you go. Till next time, Sue Jefferson, bye, peace out, baby. Excuse me. We get more videos guys soon. Until then, Jefferson out. See ya.